Yes, hello guys and welcome to another edition of the Transfer News. We'll be diving right into the video. We are looking at the top 4 English Premier League clubs. Like you all know, in this channel we talk about top 4 English Premier League clubs. Yeah, sometimes we touch other clubs, like when you're in the Champions League, you have to touch some other clubs. Yes, and how the things affecting, when Chelsea is playing PSG, for example, here we obviously have to touch PSG and Chelsea, you understand? But right now, we always focus on the Premier League, yes, and because of the international break, we are going to be looking at transfer news, yes. Most times we talk about football previews and reactions, but right now we are on international break, so we focus more on the movements in the market. Yes, there will be movements from the top English Premier League clubs, as you all know, so we are going to be looking at who is moving for who is going for who is not going for who. Yes, in the last 24 hours, exactly the last 24 hours. There have been other interests in the past 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, but we are mostly looking at the latest transfer news in the last 24 hours. So that's what we'll be talking about right away. Yes, we'll start with Chelsea, and obviously there's interest from other clubs, so we'll talk about those other clubs too, you understand? So Chelsea, someone is interested in a Chelsea player, we'll talk about them and also the interest for the player. Yes, then if you're into the channel, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you get more of our content. Also, don't forget to comment, let me know what you think about the players that are going and those that are coming here, because we're having a lot of outgoings and incomings from different clubs. Yes, so we dive right into the video, and if this video is too long, I'll put in a timestamp in the video so you can pick the news you want to watch for your club. Like for example, you want to watch the Chelsea video, transfer news about Chelsea. I think I will do my best to make sure that we'll talk about the Chelsea news first, Arsenal, Liverpool, and then Manchester United. So let's dive right into the video. Yes, then Chelsea news. Yes, Chelsea is interested in swapping Liam Delap for Woltemade of Newcastle. Yes, and I don't know how that's going to work, because obviously you can see the difference between the two players. Newcastle are very much interested in their man, in their striker. I don't think they will have to do or they would be likely or willing to do a swap deal with Liam Delap that have not, his numbers have not been so great. So I really doubt that's going to be possible, unless it's going to be a swap deal with cash involved. Yes, as we all know, Liam Delap costs way less than Nick Woltemade, so that is one to look out for. Then Barcelona are very, very much interested in signing João Pedro from Chelsea. Yes, I saw the news and I was crazy about it. Like, what's going on? Are Chelsea going to release this guy? This has been their best player. Like, João Pedro has been the player with most goals for Chelsea. So I doubt they are going to let him go to anywhere. But Barca are interested. I know when Barca or Madrid is interested in a player, it's very much likely that that player is, willing to go to those clubs. Those are the giants of, Spain. So it's very much likely that the player might be interested in going. Yes, they want him to come and replace Robert Lewandowski, because Lewandowski have a very, very big chance to leave at the end of the beginning of the summer transfer window. Yes, end of the season, he has a very, very big chance to leave. So they want to see if they can get the guy. Yes, so they are hoping to also sell Ferran Torres too. Yes, when Lewandowski leaves, also the sale of Ferran Torres is going to push the move to fulfillment. Yes, but I think it's around 80 million euros that they are talking about, but I doubt Chelsea will let him go for that. But I think Chelsea bought him about 60-something million euros. So letting him go for 80 million euros might not be what Chelsea wants. He has played just one season with Chelsea, so his contract might still be, I think 3 to 4 years left. So it's going to be very, very difficult for Barca to seal this deal, judging by their financial status. Yes, we all know Barca is suffering from a lot of financial deeds. Yes, so we have to see if that one is going to be possible. Then Chelsea are also interested in Julian Alvarez. Yes, remember this player is one of the big names when it comes to strikers. Yes, a lot of people are interested in the guy, and the guy is making a lot of money from his salary at ATM. So I don't know if it's going to be very, very much possible for Chelsea to get him. We all know that not just Chelsea, PSG is interested in him, Arsenal is interested in this guy, Barcelona is interested in this guy. A lot of interest for Julian Alvarez. So but we had a report. Anyway, we'll talk about that in the Arsenal transfer news. Yes, that the deal is almost gearing towards Arsenal, and the player is in love with the Premier League. He's seen Premier League as the ideal move for him and his career. So I think maybe that's one to look out for. Yes, then we all heard that Al Ittihad could prepare a deal to sign this guy Enzo Fernandez, yes, from Chelsea, and a deal worth 200 million euros. Yes, that's crazy for a player. That will break all the transfer records. I don't think there's any transfer record that is higher than that. That would be the most money paid for a single player in any way. 200 million euros for Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea. And the thing is, Enzo Fernandez is open to move. And obviously, he's going to come to better salary. So let's not talk about the salary. This guy is opening to move. Yes, they were asking some players if they were going to move. The response you get will tell you if this player is going to move. Enzo Fernandez said he's focused on Chelsea for now. You understand? To finish the season with Chelsea and see what happens next. He didn't say anything about, oh, I'm not going to go here. I'm not, like, for example, when Caicedo was asked about links to Madrid, he said he's not going to anywhere, that he wants to continue with Chelsea. That one is a clear statement that the player is more interested in playing for Chelsea. But when the player is asked, where do you want to go to, and the player starts saying, let us finish first and we'll know what's up, that means the player is likely not to continue at that club. So Chelsea might very well miss Enzo Fernandez. Yes. Now Chelsea have been informed that Alphonso Davies could be available, yes, to be signed. Yes, Alphonso Davies from Bayern Munich. At this point, they've offered him to all the top 4 Premier League clubs. Yes, they've offered him to Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester United. I don't even know. They just offered this guy out because the guy's injury record is not so great. The guy's a very, very good player, but always almost injured. You understand? So we can't say that anybody will be wanting this guy. They are offering him. Imagine someone offering a player out. Yes. So, and I was supposed to talk about that one in the other news, but I just want to break it down here at once, so you know that he's been offered to the world. Yes. They want to let him go. So I think he might likely leave the club at the end of the season. Yes, Chelsea is looking for another left back. Yes, with Ben Chilwell expected to be sold at any given opportunity. Yes, they want to sell Ben Chilwell. So that's one of the reasons why Chelsea is looking at the deal to either get this guy to come to Chelsea. So I doubt Alphonso is a guy for the job, because we have Cucurella there that always gets injured. Hato can also play that wing, but I feel Alphonso Davies is a good addition, don't get me wrong, but the guy is just an injury-prone player, and nobody will want to get that injury-prone player to the club. Yes, then we look at Josh Ashington from Chelsea. There's a lot of interest from other clubs, including Liverpool, towards this guy, but I think Newcastle is the most interested in this guy, and they are willing to pay 30 million euros for him. So I think he's most likely to join Newcastle. Yes, then the Build has reported that Chelsea has already held talks with Karim Koulibaly, yes, concerning a transfer. I think he's an 18-year-old defender that plays for Werder Bremen in the Bundesliga. Yes, so he is costing around 40 to 50 million euros. So the guy is a very, very good defender. I think he's an Ivory Coast player, very, very impressive player, and Chelsea are looking to get this young talent from this Werder Bremen side, and the price, obviously 40 to 50 million euros is not so off for a young centre back that has potential. And you know how these clubs behave when they buy these centre backs like this. They tend to sell them, more expensive, a bit more expensive than what they bought them, unless the guy is totally bad, and then they will now, cut their losses and just sell the guy. Of course, the guy is very, very impressive, and Chelsea are looking to get this player down. Yes, I've already said something about Caicedo not wanting to go. There are links towards him from Madrid, linking him to Madrid, to go to Madrid. So, but he has said that he wants to stay at Chelsea and continue. But we all know these players, sometimes they say they want to stay, and then when the big money is flashed in their face, they start behaving somehow. So let's see how it's going to go. Then Chelsea are ready to compete with Manchester United for Aston Villa Morgan Rogarts' signature. Yes, they are willing to compete for that guy's signature with Manchester United. And this guy is a very, very impressive player, and Aston Villa are setting an asking price of 100 million euros already. So I see that's a big deal. Anybody that is going to be signed in the summer is going to come with big money. I don't think any player signed by Chelsea, Liverpool, United, or Arsenal will cost anything less than 40 million euros. No, I don't think any player. And if you want to sign a big name, you're looking at 100 million euros. The prices are crazy. The prices in the market are crazy. If Morgan Rogers can cost 100 million euros, what are we not talking about? So I think it's going to be very, very interesting, to say the least, to see how the transfer window is going to unfold. Yes, I think that's that for Chelsea news in the last 24 hours. There are other news the last 2 days, 3 days, and the rest of them, like the Kamavinga story and the rest of them. But those ones are older news, so we are looking at what happened in the last 24 hours. You understand? I know how transfer news are. Very soon they will say, okay, there was interest in this player for a long time, and then all of a sudden there's no more interest in the player. So we just have to be optimistic about these things. Yes, and then there's another news that Chelsea has interest in Arsenal's left back Calafiori. Yes, but I think the guy is not coming. He's not going to Chelsea. He has said that he thinks Arsenal is a top club and he would want to continue with Arsenal. So that's his own decision. No, he doesn't get much playing time, especially now that Hincapié has solidified himself at that left back, and Arsenal are looking to complete the permanent deal for the guy. So let's see how it's going to go. Yes, then let's talk about Liverpool. Yes, let's dive right into Liverpool. I'm a Liverpool fan. Big shout out to Liverpool. And it's a very, very interesting one from Liverpool that Mohamed Salah is set to leave the club at the end of the season. Yes, and if we are looking at the MLS going for this guy, I think the Saudis are also interested in this guy. They are really, really waiting for this guy to just say he's done with Liverpool, and the club have issued a statement that he's not going to be part of the squad at the end of the season. And I think he also knows that he's kind of done for Liverpool. Yes, it's a bit of a sad one for us Liverpool fans to take, Liverpool without Salah. Like in the last 7 to 8 years now, we have been talking about Salah, and all of a sudden we are going to be without Mohamed Salah, which is a very sad one. Yes, and even the fact that we lost a lot of players in the last transfer window, some from natural causes, some from natural causes. Yes, you understand. So we are very sad. Yes, we lost Diogo Jota, God rest his soul. We lost Luis Diaz to transfer. We lost Darwin Núñez. I know most of us say, hey, why are you talking about that? That Nunes was a very special player for Liverpool, and the way he pressed the ball, the way he comes back, track backs to defend was very impressive. So we also need that player. I think that was talking about the front line. Then defense, we have Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold that left. A lot of few changes were done in Liverpool. Yes, attack and defense. And then we have some players. So there are Consta, obviously, and then we have some player. Elliot left too. So, but talking about Mohamed Salah, this guy is a legend at the club. Yes, he's not just any player. He's a player that has broken almost every record in the Liverpool shed as a striker, as not even a striker, as a winger. He broke even the striker's record as a winger. You understand? So, got I think one of the most goals in the Champions League. Yes, also I think the Czech Liverpool all-time scorers. He's also there. The guy broke a lot of records, and we really appreciate him for what he has done for the club, and we want to bid him a very good farewell at the end of the season. Yes, I think we'll do a video for that. Remembering Mohamed Salah and his goals, assists, and everything he has done for the club. I think it's just amazing. So he'll be very hard to replace. Yes, but Liverpool are working on replacement. So it's not that hard to replace, is it? Because if you say it's very hard to replace, and you're already working on replacement, like we identified 2 or 3 players that can come in and replace this guy. So I believe the right thing to do. Yes, he has fallen off a cliff, and I think age has started to catch up with him, because I believe age plays a big deal. But I think he still has that bite. You understand? But we want him to give his all the remaining part of this season before he leaves. You understand? So we see that yes, Mohamed Salah still have that bite in him. So let's see how he's going to progress. Yes. Then also the story of Alfonso Davies. Yes, being offered to Liverpool. Like I said, they are offering the guy to the world. Everybody's come and take Alfonso Davies. I don't understand. Yes. Then move further, Liverpool are also considering a move for the Belgian international Johan Bakayoko as a potential Salah replacement. Though this is the one I doubt is going to happen, because Liverpool don't go for players that are injury prone. They hardly go, especially when it comes to a striker position. They hardly go for players when it comes to forward position or striker. You see Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane wing. Those positions, Liverpool don't go for players that are injured there, because they almost need them every time. You understand? So that guy, he's very injury prone. He has only 2 goals and how many appearances this season? He just gets injured. I think he plays for Leipzig too. Yes, but the big deal, the big one we are looking at is what's his name? Diamonde. Yes, Ian, is it Ian or whatever they call it? Diamonde, Liverpool is going for this guy. He's also a Leipzig winger, and this one is proven tested and trusted, and he doesn't get injured. He can play on the left, he can play on the right, and he's very quick, very dangerous player. And I think that's the best replacement for Mohamed Salah. Though he's going to incur a big fee. Yes, quite a huge amount of fee, but I think Liverpool can get it done, and that will be very realistic for Liverpool, getting someone that can come in and move at pace immediately. So I think that's just the best option for Mohamed Salah. I think it's going to cost about 100 million euros from Leipzig have decided that is how much it's going to cost. I think he's 23 years of age. Yes, so I think that's the best option for Liverpool right now, and we'll see how it's going to go. Yes, Liverpool also interested in Michael Olise, but Bayern have closed any talk that is related to letting this guy go. They say the guy is not for sale. They're not ready to sell the player, and buying him would incur a very big fee from about 260 million euros or so. So I don't think they are going to actually get this guy to the club. Yes, and Liverpool has also put some interest in Rudiger. Rudiger wanted to leave Real Madrid, so a lot of clubs put interest in that guy. But I doubt Liverpool go for the guy, because he's 33 years old. We have another 33 or 34 years old defender, Van Dijk, that they are looking at. This guy is getting older. So bringing in another old guy to come to the defense again is kind of crazy. So I don't think Liverpool will be going for this guy, though he might not be so expensive. And it was odd because of this Xabi Alonso thing at Real Madrid that made some of the players trying to leave and not trying to leave and all that. Vinicius Junior was also about leaving till the new coach is now there. Abeloa, he wants them to stay. So I think this guy is going to stay. Vinicius is going to stay, and Rudiger, the new coach, wants Rudiger to stay, and I think Rudiger is also going to stay. Yes. Then if Gakpo gets sold, Liverpool will go for Gordon as fast as possible. Yes, we are looking at potential buying of Anthony Gordon. Everybody knows that Gordon is admired by Liverpool and might be a Liverpool player sooner rather than later. So if Gakpo gets sold, Liverpool will just go for Gordon immediately because a lot of interest for Cody Gakpo too. And I feel Cody Gakpo needs to just pick form. Once he picks form, he will do his best at Liverpool. But right now he's a bit down on form. You know, everybody's saying Gakpo this, Gakpo that. But I think Gakpo is still a very, very dangerous player, and his hold-up play is excellent. The way he holds the ball, move around the midfield. I see Gakpo as a 10, a very, very good 10. But I don't know if this guy Slot is going to be using him as that. Speaking of Slot, we also need a new manager. In the summer, I think that's another thing Liverpool should look at for. Unless he managed to win the Champions League, maybe and the FA Cup, or just the FA Cup, or just the Champions League, it's going to be crazy. Yes, and we would like to, you know, let him move forward. He's a top manager, just that, you know, one or two things are not really working well for him. Yes, and then Madrid have not decided to sell Camavinga, but they are also preparing for any, you know, approaches from Liverpool. They are not ready to sell the guy, but they are prepared from approaches because so they know that Liverpool will likely come. They are prepared to accept Liverpool, but they are not ready to sell the guy. So it's very, very confusing. Why are you preparing for, you know, Liverpool to approach this guy when you know you don't want to sell him? Maybe they are thinking Liverpool will offer, you know, big money, crazy money for the guy, and then they'll finally sell the guy and get one or two players that they want. I think the guy is a very, very good player. We've been admiring him, admiring Tchouaméni too. So I don't know if they are going to, you know, let the guy go. But if they let him go and Liverpool have the funds, I think Liverpool should get him. I think if we win the Champions League and the FA Cup, we are going to get a lot of good players. At least 3 good players. 3. Maybe Camavinga, Diamonde, and another good midfielder or another attacker. Yes, another attacker, not even a midfielder. Because we need that attack. The attacking option is lacking. Yes, and then we'll see how it's going to pan out. It has been said that Isak has informed his agent that he wants a move. He wants a move, that his agent to look for a move away from Liverpool for him. And it's just crazy because this guy just came in. He has not even played one full season. He has not even played half a season for Liverpool. He didn't even start with us because of injury, lack of fitness, this and that. And all of a sudden, you want to move. You're working your way back to fitness, and the reports are saying you want to move. It's very, very crazy because it's just unacceptable. I don't know. I don't know if it's true, but these are two. I've gotten this from 2 sources now. So most of my sources are always trusted, you understand? So it's going to be crazy, yes. And he says his preferred destination is Barcelona, that his agent to look for a move for him, you know, from Barcelona, which is crazy. It's actually very crazy if you look at everything after how much they paid for him. And I'm very, very sure of one thing: Barca don't have the funds to get Isak off from Liverpool. I don't think anyone has the funds to do that, because if you judge by the amount Liverpool paid for Isak and the amount of years that he needs to play to fulfill that contract, you'll be bringing not less than 260 million euros to sign Isak from Liverpool. 260, not less, nothing less than that. So I think it's a crazy move for any team to try to sign Isak from Liverpool. But let's see how it's going to go. Yes, we know how this thing works, but let's see what's going to happen. Then let's dive right into the Arsenal news. Yes. Everton are showing very, very strong interest in Ben White, and they are leading the charge to sign this guy, trying to make effort to sign Ben White. And I think Arsenal might just end up letting the guy go and get another strong right back, because I don't think Arsenal fancy Ben White so much. He came back from injury and he was still benched for a lot of times. Timber and Mosquera were playing that wing, you understand? So I think maybe Everton might have a clear shot at this guy and might go for this guy. Yes, then Arsenal are also pursuing a permanent deal for Hincapié. Yes, like I said, Arsenal are pursuing a deal for this guy, and they might likely get Hincapié back, not even back, get him on a permanent deal, and pay off the money, because he has been very, very impressive since coming to Arsenal. Yes, they are one of the main competitors to sign Leon Goretzka from Bayern Munich. Yes, I think they are competing with Manchester United and some other big clubs like Juventus and the rest of them. This guy is a very, very good midfielder. In case you don't know about him, Leon Goretzka, very, very impressive midfielder. Hansi Flick uses him a lot. Just that the company does not want to use this guy as much as other people have been using him. But let's see how it's going to go. Then Arsenal are also interested in Liverpool's target, Diamonde. And the guy is worth 100 million euros, like I said. 100 million euros, and Arsenal is interested in this guy. I don't think Arsenal will have the funds to maybe fund Hincapié and then go for other targets that are seriously, like Yan Diamonde. He wants to come for Liverpool. He was interested in Liverpool. He likes Liverpool, you understand? So I don't think Arsenal will be able to pinch this guy off from the grasp of Liverpool. Yes, Arsenal have also shown interest to sign Lewis Hall from Newcastle. Yes, and but Newcastle are making it clear that this guy is not for sale. Yes, they maintain their stance that Lewis Hall is not going to be sold to anybody, and if Arsenal want to buy him, I think they will have to come up very, very strong. And if you watch very well, the guy is, I think he's a left back. He's a left back, so I don't know why Arsenal is looking for another left back. The guy is impressive, don't get me wrong. Not just Arsenal, I think Manchester United is looking for this guy too. So, but let's see how it's going to go. And then I think that's all for Arsenal. Apart from the Julian Alvarez news, yes, Arsenal they want to go all out, and it is said that Andre Beta has a strong connection to Julian Alvarez, you understand? So, and Alvarez have given the green light that he wants to come to the Premier League, and he's willing to join if a club brings a big offer. So we're looking about 120 million euros or so to get this guy done. But Arsenal is preparing, I think, 80. But we know that's not going to work. I think maybe they will look at maybe add-ons, you understand, to improve the deal. But let's see how it's going to go. Yes, Manchester United. These guys are preparing a deal to get Goretzka from Bayern Munich too. The guy has been benched a lot, you understand. So I think he's a good player. If I don't know why Liverpool are not in this race. Yes, so they are competing with Arsenal to get Leon Goretzka from Bayern Munich. But let's see how it's going to go. Then Leipzig are interested in Jadon Sancho. Yes, they made initial contact with it. This one's not just interest, this is interest with initial contact to sign this guy from Manchester United when he comes back from his loan from Aston Villa. So they're not the only one interested. I think Dortmund wants to get their player back. They're also interested in the guy. We also have interest from Saudi Pro League clubs. They want all these people, they want his signature. He's a good player, just that he's not as reliable as always, but I think maybe with regular playing time he will get to his best. Yes, the Manchester United are also interested in Lewis Hall. Yeah, like I said, the guy is a very, very good left back from Newcastle. So almost everybody, a lot of clubs are interested in this guy. But I doubt. I think he was a Chelsea player. Just so like that. Chelsea, why is it that when they sell a player, that player goes to another club and just pick up one kind of mad form like that? It's crazy. So let's see how it's going to go. But Newcastle stance remains the same. They are not going to sell this player. Yes, United are willing to spend 100 million euros for Fermin Lopez in the summer. Yes, but report states that the player is happy at Barca and the club does not want to sell the player. Yes, so these are two different things. Manchester United want to pay big money to Barca. They know that Barca wants money right now. Barca financial situation is crazy, so they want money right now, and Barca also want to keep the player. The player wants to start Barca. So what's going to happen? Let's see. If the money is flashed at Barca, maybe Barca will flinch and then sell the player to Manchester United. Yes, an offer for Galatasaray, Gabriel Sara. This guy, the guy that plays 10 for Galatasaray. He was very, very good against Galatasaray versus Liverpool. So Manchester United want to table an offer for the guy. I think around 30 million euros. Yes, once the summer transfer window is open. So Manchester United are ready to go for this guy. So let's see how it's going to go. I think he's a very, very good player. But Manchester United going for Fermin Lopez and Sara is very, very crazy, odd, because they have a main man there in that number 10 position. So these two players I mentioned are placed number 10 position very, very well. So I don't know if they want to be playing with 2 10s, but let's see how it's going to go, because that guy Sara can also work as a center midfielder too. He's very, very good. So we know how good this guy is. Let's see if Man can secure this guy's signature. Yes, the Manchester United are very attentive of Elliot and Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest. Yes, they've been on this guy's case for a long time. You understand? If you're a Man U fan or a Man U spectator, you know that Manchester United have been on this guy's case and they want to sign this guy. They seriously love the player. Like Akari loves him and he wants to include him in his squad. So let's see if it's going to be possible for them to get this guy. And you know that Forest were asking for 100 million euros then. I think now to go down to about 92 or 90 million euros and above, you understand? So let's see if Man U can cook up the amount to sign this guy. A lot of players Man U are going for very, very expensive. So can they cook up the amount we are talking about to sign these players? Is another question we need to ask. Yes, then there's link between Bruno Guimaraes and United. Yes, but the same report that gave us this information, also another report have said that those links from for Bruno Guimaraes to Manchester United came from Bruno's camp. That means the player's camp are trying to sell him to Manchester United. So they made sure that there's a link between those two. So let's see what's going to happen, because if a player camp is trying to sell a player, that means the player is likely wanting to leave Newcastle for Manchester United. If Manchester United can bring up the amount, the fee to pay up this guy. So let's see how it's going to go. I don't really appreciate the fact that the club, there's no genuine link for Manchester. Manchester United did not go for this guy. We know Manchester United admire the player, but there's no approach or anything of showing of interest that they want this guy. But there's a link there because the players camp are coming to say, okay, we have this player, he's very, very good. Don't you want to buy this guy? You understand? So I think he's a very, very good player, and Manchester United might look into the matter to get this guy signed. Yes. So I think that's the final news for today, Manchester United, and that's all we have for today. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button. Also, Alphonso Davies, like I said, offered to Manchester United too. He has been offered to almost everybody in the world. So let's see how it's going to go. Thank you very much for watching. You have a great day, and don't forget to comment. Let me know what you think about these transfers, and let me know what you think about the video in general. And I'll see you in the next one. You have a great day. Bye.